Hello, everybody. How are you? Okay, here I am tonight from my Zara Talks. And tonight I've got a friend, Alice, who is going to come and talk to us because she recently did the Cleanse 9. Now, I know you hear me talking about the Cleanse 9 quite a lot, but I wanted you to hear from somebody else that's tried it so you can hear their words and not mine only. How you doing, Alice?
I'm good, thank you, Zara. How are you?
I'm good. This is exciting, isn't
Yeah,
it? I've never done an interview before.
I'm glad to be your first.
Right, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read. So, can I just ask you a little bit about yourself? Where do you live and what do you do for a living? That kind of a thing.
I live in Treview in the Conwy Valley in North Wales. I am a full-time mum with three girls at home currently. Normally two of them are in school. And my husband's a bus driver. Yeah.
How are you coping at the moment with all the homeschooling and
Uh,
stuff?
Not too bad. A lot of pressure from the school to get online and do the work, and we've got one very reluctant party in the 5-year-old, so that's always good fun. And with the little one as well, it can be quite challenging. But it's nice being at home with the girls and just able to spend some more time with them, slow
Yeah,
down a bit, and so yeah, it's quite nice.
yeah. I know a lot of parents are pulling their hair out with homeschooling at the moment, and I
Yeah.
think it's the whole thing, isn't it? Especially like I know my niece, her all her stuff comes in Welsh, and then my brother's trying to translate
Okay.
it in English to help her.
Yeah, we'd struggle with that. We're quite
Yeah,
fortunate.
she's fluent Welsh. She's always gone to Welsh, like crash then Welsh, so she's fluent Welsh. But yeah, like most of us in Wales, we speak Welsh as a second language, don't we?
Yes, yeah.
So can I ask what made you decide to try and do the cleanse?
Um, I've since the age of 16, I've known I was overweight and I've not been happy with my weight and always said I'd do something about it. And I've tried certain things over the years and never really got anywhere. And if I did, I never stuck to it. I always gave up. I knew I wanted to do something this new year. I wanted to, really wanted to change, not just my eating habits, but my whole lifestyle. I wanted to be healthier for my girls and healthier mentally as well. And then when I saw your post about the Cleanse 9, which I had seen, I've seen you post about it before, but this time I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that one a go.
Yeah.
Because what have I got to lose? Otherwise I'd have been on my own doing it and probably have just failed again. Um,
That's the thing, isn't it? Because I was going to say, have you ever tried any cleanses or diets before?
I have. I've done just after my first daughter was born, so about 2012, 2013, I did Slim World and I did really well on that. I lost just over a stone, I think. But after a while, I found it quite boring. I was eating the same foods, I was running out of ideas, and I've never been a big food person. I'm not very passionate about food, so I find it quite hard to put a meal together. So I just found I got bored, and eventually over the years, and having more kids, I put the weight back on. And then I tried Juice Plus again with the shakes and the boosters, but I just didn't stick to it. I didn't. I don't think I tried it for long enough to see any results, and I maybe was a bit too impatient and just sort of too keen to see results, and I didn't. I just didn't get that motivation up to carry on. Um, so yeah, that was the last one I tried, and I just never got anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with lots of things out there work, don't they? But it's whether it works for you and whether you
Yeah,
can have
yeah,
motivation to stick with it. It's not that these
definitely.
things out there don't work, it's just that you've got to have the motivation.
Yeah.
So you did do it, and then how did you get on with this one? So you said you struggled to stick to the others, and how did you find this one?
I was amazed. I had absolutely no problem. It was all in the leaflet I got. It was all written out for me. There was no question about what I should be doing, what I should be having. It was all in front of me. Um, and I just from day one I felt motivated. I started feeling good almost immediately. Um, and I've kept up that motivation and I've been amazed with the results.
Cool. And so before you did a cleanse, what would your typical day be like? So, for example, would you have breakfast? And if you did, what would it be? Would you have lunch? Are you a snacker? Are you a chocolate eater? What would your
Um,
typical day be?
my day food wise, my problem was I never ate. I didn't have breakfast. I didn't have lunch. I would go until about tea time, and then um I'd have quite a small supper, and then I'd snack. So I've never had a healthy diet, and I would actually say that I've always eaten below the recommended calorie intake, but in that it was always sugary foods, chocolate, sugary, not sugary drinks, but I'm always one for my lattes, and I don't do fizzy drinks or anything like that. But I think it was the binge snacking at the end of the day, because I'd just go all day without food. It was either that I didn't have the time, or I couldn't be bothered, or didn't know what to do. Which is why the cleanse was really great for me, because with the shakes, it's taken the thinking out of it for me. I can just, if I've got no idea what I want, I can just have the shake, and it's ideal. And obviously I know how important it is not to skip those meals, because you just end up just snacking later, and then your body stores the fat
Yeah.
the wrong
I think,
ways.
I think it's quite typical of women. They do this a lot, because obviously I've been a personal trainer for years, and I meet a lot of ladies, and they say I don't really eat that much, and it was because they didn't eat all day, because they're busy. They've either got children or working children. They're running around. They're doing this, and then they'd be picking off their kids' plates, if they left fish fingers and chips, and then they'd have the thing. But then once they sat down in the evening and kids were in bed, then it would just be this thing, and the wine would come out, and the all this stuff, and it was like this big, huge amount of calories at this little tiny bit of time just before bed as well, and generally calories that were coming from foods that weren't really of any benefit to your body. They just tasted good, really. It's quite common. So whilst you were on the cleanse, were you hungry at all?
Not at all. Maybe I think the second day was the worst for me, and I say worst lightly because it wasn't even that bad. I was hungry, but there wasn't one moment where I thought, I can't do this. This is awful. I need a snack. It was really easy to stick to, although my tummy was rumbling a little bit. I had the option of the free foods as well, and it really was manageable. I never felt uncomfortable. Whereas in the diet, you restrict yourself, and you've given up within sort of a couple of hours because you're hungry. It wasn't like that at all. It was really easy.
And I think as well, because women are so bad, aren't they? They always start everything on a Monday. They never start things on a Thursday because it's the weekend. And if you start with the day badly, you might as well carry on badly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as soon as you kind of go, right, I'm not having any cake, I'm not having any cake, all you can kind of go is cake, 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 cake. We're just a crazy bunch of people, aren't we, really?
I find that I don't really eat chocolate, but as soon as I start thinking, okay, I can't have chocolate, all I want is chocolate. So if I'm on a diet where I don't sort of strictly cut things out, I do so much better, because I know I can have it, but I never want it because I've not sort of sworn it off. It's that temptation, isn't it? When you know you can't have something, all you want is that thing.
And mums generally, if they've got kids, especially smaller kids, they tend to have stuff in for the kids, don't they? And then that's when you kind of go, ooh, what's in the kids' bit? Start snacking on their bits. Oh, dear. So before you did the cleanse, what were your energy levels like, and what was your sleep like before you cleansed?
My energy levels were really low. I'd get up in the morning, and I was always able to do what I needed to do with the kids, but I was never full of energy. I always felt tired. I always felt sluggish. I'd wake up feeling really groggy, and I just never felt energetic. Sleep levels, although they're never sort of fantastic, because I've still got the 2-year-old breastfeeding and in bed with me. Sleep levels, even when she was fast asleep, never very good. I either took a really long time to fall asleep, or I was asleep within minutes, and my sleep quality was awful. So really low, both of them.
Small children do that to people generally, don't they? Lack of sleep. They don't know, children don't think about sleeping for the next few years.
No.
And how do you feel now that you're completed? What's your sleeping now, and what's your energy levels like now?
My energy levels are amazing. I've literally got energy to spare at the end of the day. I've never been a bouncy person, but I am now. I can join in with the kids. I feel better mentally as well. So, I'm more likely to join in and have a laugh with them, and instead of just sitting on the sofa and going, okay, just sort of getting by day to day. Even just sort of I feel like I can engage with them more because I've got that mental energy as well as the physical energy.
Yeah.
And my sleep's better as well. The quality of the sleep that I do get, although it's still broken because of the little one, the quality is so much better. And I'm waking up in the morning feeling actually rested for a change, which is a big first for me. That's not happened since probably since I was a teenager. So that's been
Yeah.
a big thing.
And another thing that I get from customers quite often is their skin looks loads better. Did you find the same for you?
Absolutely. I've suffered, as long as I can remember, with really bad psoriasis, particularly on my forehead. And since being on the cleanse, I've not had any breakouts at all. Whereas normally here, you can see it's a bit normally it's raw, and since being on the cleanse, it's 90% better. It's amazing, and
Yeah.
nothing I've done before has had that kind of nothing I've done has had that kind of effect so quickly. So that's been brilliant.
That's amazing. It's so good, isn't it? Because, at the end of the day, as women, we're really bad, aren't we, for looking in the mirror and kind of going, oh, God, I feel overweight and oh, my skin. We're sort of quite judgmental on ourselves, really, aren't
Yeah,
we, generally? But it's really good, isn't it? If you, like you say, if you're looking in the mirror and you're like, oh, my God, my
yeah,
skin's cleared up. Because that's what we look at, isn't it?
yeah.
We look at our faces.
Yeah, it's such a relief after years of being quite conscious about my skin. I can actually see I can see it getting better, and like I said, it's the first time since I can remember that my skin's felt this good. So
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing to hear. So, do you think it's value for money? Because I've had people before saying, it costs £113, doesn't it? And I've had people kind of go, I'm not too sure. Would you say it was
yeah,
value for money?
absolutely. I will admit that when I saw how much it was, I did think that's quite a bit, but I thought, I'm going to go ahead with it, and I've heard some really good results from it, and I thought, why not try this? But absolutely, for what you get and the results you get from it and how good you feel, it's absolutely worth the money. And even now that I've completed the cleanse, I'm so motivated to keep going because I saw those results so quickly within those first 9 days, and I felt so good that, um, I'm saying to myself, why would I want to go back to feeling how I was before? I absolutely need to carry on
Yeah.
and keep feeling like this because it's worlds apart from how I used to feel before. So absolutely value for money, definitely.
Brilliant. And I know it's not actually a weight loss product, the cleanse. It's all about cleansing your body.
Yeah,
But quite often, because for most of us, myself included, you kind of do it when you've been doing a bit of rubbish to your body. If you don't mind
yeah.
me asking, do you mind saying how much you lost in 9 days?
In 9 days, I lost 6 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
nearly half a stone in 9 days. It's
that's
crazy,
it.
isn't it?
Not only that, I'd have been, even if I hadn't lost that weight, I'd have been happy with the way I was feeling and the
Yeah.
energy I had because I'd know that I was able to carry on. And you get so wary, don't you, of these fad diets, promising massive weight loss results. And even though you told me of the potential of losing the weight in those first 9 days, um, you listed the other benefits sort of
Yeah,
first
it's a
instead of selling it
cleanse.
as a weight loss. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not actually a diet product at all,
no,
and we
no,
don't sell it as a diet product. But like I
no.
said, generally, because we're putting goodness in and taking badness out.
Yeah,
Generally, that's a kind of it's almost
absolutely.
like a byproduct, which is a bit of a bonus,
Yeah,
really, for all the other
yeah. And
benefits.
that weight loss for me was definitely a bonus, and I certainly wasn't expecting to lose that much. But it's sort of given me a big push in the right direction to carry on and change my lifestyle. So
I
it's
think
been amazing.
I think for me as well, personally, this is what, when I first did it myself, this is why I joined the company, because I loved that so much. And it's that thing, isn't it? As girls, I don't know what guys think because I never worked with girls, but you want to do something and you want to have results, and we're quite impatient, aren't we, for the good
Yeah,
results. So
yeah,
I've always found because I always do it after Christmas because I'm always off the rails at Christmas, but I've always found that because the benefits of how I feel and then the physical results,
mm,
that's why I just swear by it. So
yeah.
would you recommend this to all of your friends and your family now that you've done it?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm not one for recommending things. I think the reason I've never sort of managed with things like Juice Plus and other things is because I never sort of had the results myself to recommend. But this, because I've had the results and I feel so amazing, I would 100% recommend it. You know, to anyone who, like you said, either wants to lose weight or just wants a good cleanse, just needs a good refresh. Absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant.
I'll be, you know, I've been raving about it already to friends and
Oh,
saying
that's good.
So, yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you feel that good, you want to share it, don't you?
Absolutely, and why wouldn't you? You know, if someone comes to says, "Oh, I've been feeling really low and really low on energy," then of course I'm going to say, "Oh, well, you know, I've tried this and it's made me feel amazing. Why wouldn't I want to help someone else feel as good as I've been feeling?"
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, that's it. I've come to the end of my questions. Thank you so much for joining me online, because I just wanted to share with people who have been asking me, because they only ever hear me talking. And I know sometimes people are a bit like, well, it's all right for you. You teach fitness for a job.
Yeah.
I do teach it for a job, but I have the same ups and downs that all females have. So it's just nice to get someone on that's, because we've known each other a few years, but we don't hang out with each other really, do we? We just know each other. And it's nice to have somebody on that, just to share their experiences. And so it's that whole thing, isn't it? Anybody can do it, and it's amazing.
And for someone like me who is a bit of a exercise phobe, you know, I'm not too keen on getting up off the sofa. The amount of energy I've had to exercise just shows how good it's been. So yeah, normally I'm quite sedentary.
You've been doing the workouts that I posted in the private group. Your daughter loves me.
She does, yeah. Do you know what? You're like an idol of hers, because she heard that my middle one had met you in Asda that one time, and she goes, when can I meet Zara? I love Zara. I love her videos. And then yeah, she keeps asking. She thinks she's brilliant. She keeps saying, "Are we going to do one of Zara's videos this week?" And
well, when we're allowed to be together, we'll go outside and they can all come and join in. All right then, Alice, it's been really, really lovely to speak to you. Thank you so much for coming on and for being brave and sharing. People don't like doing lives.
It's worth sharing.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye. And bye, everybody that's watching. Thank you for joining in. Bye.